Hello, everyone. We are here. Games XP Championship. We've got a little quickie for you. We've got Team Phoenix Rising. We've got Schism Esports. Head-to-head clash going for the third seed match into the playoffs. These two teams tied off their record at 11-7. Now facing off. Of course, they're 1-1 in the head-to-heads across the normal season. So we will see how this one plays out. They're playing a best of one. Winner takes all this match, and I'm interested to see what's going to happen because we most notably do have, of course, the TPR roster looking the same as always. We have Alice Gander in the top lane, Canadian Champ in the jungle, Kaze64 in the mid lane, New Trinks in the AD carry, and Darkess on support. And Schism roster is looking quite fresh, quite new, with the with Carmony leaving the main roster and another pickup in the jungle. So we've got Maverick in the top lane, No Excuse in the jungle, Stevenator in the mid lane, Tej in the AD carry, and Backpack in support. So with these two lined up, it's going to be interesting to see what Schism brings to the table, showing off their two new players. But we will see if it is enough to take on this TPR roster. And for those of you just joining us, I am Skyson, and I am joined here by Quasars.
Hello, what's up, guys? How are you today, by the way? Skyson.
I am wonderful. You know what? It's gonna be a heavy night, a heavy day, a heavy night. I don't got work. I can just hang out, enjoy some good League of Legends play, which I hopefully get to see from these two teams. And notably, yeah. Then going forward, of course, we have these two teams looking to playoffs. The winner of this match will be facing off against Reign of Kings on their side of the playoffs, and the loser of this match will be facing off against No F's Given going forward in the playoffs. So it'll be interesting to see how those play out. And I do believe that we have a pro draft going into this game, which I will be heading into in just a moment since I did not. Yeah, it's already underway, isn't it?
Yeah,
buddy.
I'll do the pro draft. Don't worry.
I'm here. I see the bands now. My chat was bugged, so I didn't get the link. So I had to look.
Alright, okay. So, Phoenix Rising has already banned Shin, Alistar, Kaisa, all around like good bans. And then from SKZ, we see the Urgot ban come out and the Kinnan. So I guess they're focused a little bit around Mav in the top lane. And we do see the Cassidy ban come through third for Schism. And Phoenix Rising is going to start with their picks now. So you're just going to have to wait out and see what they're going to choose first pick.
I'm not too surprised to see the takeaways. Taking away the Urgot, Kennen, Cassidy, of course, Kennen, been a very popular pick of Alice Ganders in the top lane. Cassidy's been one of Kaze's favorites in the mid lane, and leaving the Zed open is very interesting to them, but they are going to take the Ornn for Alice Gander here. So having that pretty reliable tank in the top lane is nice for some of their initiates. So we'll see how Schism decides to respond. Losing the Alistar, one of Backpack's premier picks. Mav's sort of been a very prominent Shen player, so taking that away from him is very nice. And Kaisa, not much information on the new AD carry, but of course Kaisa, if Kaisa's in your AD carry pool, is something you probably want to take away. But Mav is going to go to his fallback. Oh, no, he's not. I lied. We're going to go for the Braum.
Yeah, I think right now Braum is one of the stronger supports. It's like him, Alistar are the two big ones right now. And the Alistar is already banned away, so to pick up that Braum, that's going to give you I think a slight advantage in bot lane. Now we see that Kaisa did get banned out by Phoenix Rising. She's a really strong AD carry right now. Kind of hard to deal with going into the mid to late game. So to ban that out was very wise. But looks like Schism's going to pick up a Varus here.
Ooh, Varus Braum. That's definitely a lot of potent power in the bot lane, especially if they set up off of the Braum queue, looking for a little bit more of the Varus follow-up. A lot of power in that lane. If we see this No Excuse jungler on a more proactive jungler, it'll be very easy to set up off of a Braum Q, a Braum ultimate, a Varus ultimate. Lots of CC to set up in the bot lane for to get them ahead. But we are going to see the Tristana for New Trinks. Very prominent pick of his. He's definitely had a lot of success with that pick in the past. Very easy for his team to build a front line around that, get the reset jumps going all up and around. See if they may be able to set up with a support here from Darkess.
Yeah, I actually like the Tristana pick. She's been really strong. It's just she doesn't get picked too often, but I would like to see her more in Games XP games. And we do see the Nami get picked up. We haven't seen too much of her, I don't believe.
Not at all, really. I think it's interesting to even see Darkessa on the Nami. But seeing that does offer a little bit of lane pressure. And of course, we talked about the power of the Braum Varus lane and what that offers to, the force of pressure that it offers in the lane. And having the, Nami as she is, very strong laning presence, very, with the ability to both harass and heal off of the same skill for, some of the same benefits. It'll definitely bolster up the Tristana, who kind of is known for having a weaker early game. So having a Nami there to, bolster that presence overall is going to help them not get, shoved back in lane and just be on the back end of, oh no, I got hit by a Braum Q, now I'm dead. So.
Yeah, the Nami is really good for the lane sustain. I do personally like spellcaster supports like Nami, Karma, Lulu, all that fun stuff. So it makes me really happy to see the Nami pick, especially with the Tristana, who has a very weak early game. So I think that as long as Nami's landing her bubbles and making sure Tristana's healed up, they should have a relatively easy time in lane.
Sure, it should be fairly easy. Of course, it's rough with later in the game going for the Nami ultimate. The Braum pickup is very nice in general against the Ornn, of course, because you have the ability to stop the call of the Forge God with the Braum shield, and you can also stop the Nami ultimate with Braum shield. So there's a lot for them to watch out in terms of if Backpack is setting up the positioning to cancel out their ultimates in that fight. It'll really put a huge damper on their ability to team fight. But we do see the bans come out, 2 bans targeted at Kaze in the mid lane from Schism, and we do see 2 jungle bans getting targeted out from the side of TPR. And it looks like Schism is going to go with the Kindred here, who I always have mixed feelings about Kindred jungle, because I always feel like for a carry jungler, she fills a very interesting niche, and having that ability to save the team with the ultimate is really what she brings. But a lot of her power comes in from picking, and I think off of the back of the Sion ultimate, Braum ultimate, kind of R button beats you down composition. I don't know how I feel about the Kindred on top of that, but we do see the Amumu and Victor pile on top for the TPR crew here. That is a lot of CC.
Yeah, I do like the Amumu pick. That's definitely gonna, I feel like, help out the Tristana when we're getting into that mid game, just to like lock down a few people and have Tristana just do whatever damage she wants to them while they're CC'd. So good pickup to help out the Tristana. And we see an Irelia get locked in last.
Yeah, I would say Steven Ayer had a pretty breakout performance on Irelia in, I don't remember the set it was, but I definitely remember he busted out an Irelia in one game after a Swain pick, and absolutely dominated on the Irelia to help also their really strong game. So seeing him on that, definitely going to be interesting here. And again, they have the backup off of the Sion Braum, so it's going to be nice because SKZ is running that sort of composition where you have these very bulky threats in the front line while you're also trying to keep it. It's very commonly seen with an assassin where you just have the 2 tanks, and then you also have this assassin running around. So while you're trying to deal with the tanks eating on top of your front line, you have this assassin running behind everybody trying to find kills individually. So having the Irelia mobility on top of that, even the Irelia ultimate thrown on top of the Sion ultimate, Braum ultimate, it's really just more and more for them to have to deal with here. But on the same side, at the same time on the side of TPR, you have a lot of setup for just sort of that very instant burst wombo. You have the Ornn ultimate, the Amumu follow-up for a good ultimate coming through with the Nami, and of course the Victor ultimate is very nice for that zone of control damage. And then Tristana sort of on the backline. Tristana here, aside from the Irelia on the side of SKZ, I feel like unless she gets picked off by an ultimate, she's going to be very difficult to get to in these fights. Having the Amumu Ornn frontline, having the Nami Enchanter to help her escape a little bit in the bubbles to try to catch somebody coming off the back, and even the Victor Chaos Storm to make it even harder to run into their backline. I feel like Nutrinx has the potential here to run away with a very safe set of his if he's able to, skirt through this laning phase.
Yeah, I do feel like Schism is gonna scale pretty well, just with like the health from Sion and Braum, and then also Varus going into that mid to late game, the Kindred going into that mid to late game, and then the Irelia, if she's able to get big, then she's gonna be a huge problem in mid to late game. But TPR is kind of known for ending their games a little bit early, so I think if they're able to do that this game, then they should be just fine. They do have a lot of CC for that Tristana, like we mentioned before, so I think that as long as they're able to protect that Tristana, then they should be all right.
Yeah, so this will definitely, I feel, come down to, and I always enjoy seeing it out of the. And it'll be interesting to see, especially from Schism, filling the shoes of Carmony, who did leave this team after making quite an impact on a lot of Schism games after he had joined. Carmony was very, very prevalent in a lot of their victories. So it'll be interesting to see if Tej coming here into the AD carry role is going to, fill those shoes well enough and step up here, because it's very much going to be a game that he has the potential to carry here, especially against Nutrinks, who just as well has been very prominent in a lot of TPR's victories. And I mean, TPR in general is a team with the picks that Canadian champ and usually Alice Gander will make for more of those tanky engage champions. TPR sets themselves up very often for Nutrinks to be the star there. You have the frontline tanks jungle, you have the frontline top, you have the Enchanter support to keep him safe and alive, and then you just have Kaze creating chaos in mid lane and making it harder for people to get to Nutrinks. So it opens a lot of opportunity for him very often on the TPR crew to get him to a victory. And it'll be interesting to see if Schism is here to put a stop to it, and if Tej is going to be able to step up here on this Varus. But I am definitely looking forward to this. I think that both of these drafts are not too bad. Again, I think the Kindred is the only thing that I think stands out a little bit to me as a pick that's, but pinching out the Nocturne Sejuani, which, may have been picks of his, is interesting. Kindred, a very volatile champion, definitely can do, definitely has the ability to, pick somebody off, make a carry of its own. So, we could just see a Kindred pop off this game, who knows. But going forward, we will want to hear a little bit about your thoughts on this, Quasars.
Yeah, like you said, it's just the only thing that really stands out on Schism is the Kindred. I can understand why you want to pick her up, because she is really good at ganking pretty early, and she that's also some added AD onto their team as well. And then the ulti is it can be used in really tough situations to save a couple team members and keep that Varus alive for a little bit longer. But overall, I would have it might just be me, but personally, I like to play tanky junglers. So maybe I just am being a little bit biased here when I say that I'd rather see a tankier jungler from them rather than the Kindred.
Yeah, this will definitely be an interesting one. So make sure everybody in chat. Of course, this is a best of one, so I believe the betting is going to close here within the 10-minute time frame. So get those bets in for TPR or Schism. This is going to be a pretty explosive match. Both these teams fighting for that third seed, looking to get ahead here. I'm really looking forward to a good match here, and I really think that I think I have an idea of who is going to pull ahead here. But again, like I said, it's going to be. I definitely want to see we look at the bot lane here, because it's going to be a very telling match to see if Backpack and now Tej are able to put Nutrinks and Darkest on the back foot here, or if TPR is going to be able to pull it out. That being said, looking forward, we will turn this over to game one very soon, and game one of one, I guess. So get those bets in, and we are going to head over to a break from our sponsors.
This is Tim Borseth, and I own and operate Games XP in Decorah, Iowa. Games XP is a geek paradise. We carry everything from Pong and Atari all the way to Xbox One and PS4, and all the games that would go with those consoles as well. We also carry a ton of movies. We have handheld games. We have Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Pokemon. We have D&D and Pathfinder. We carry Warhammer 40K. We have a vintage Star Wars selection. This place is great. My wife and I have had 6 kids, and they are so much fun to work with here at the store. They run the store as much as I do.
And we now repair cell phones, game consoles, computers, and small electronics.
Our store is instant fun. Not only is there cool music and cool stuff to look at, but we have a game room that is so much fun. It's free to play, and you just plug in your game system and enjoy life. The Game XP motto is bringing joy to people's lives through our products, people, and a place to play. So you have got to come to Decorah, Iowa and check out Games XP and experience this geek gaming paradise.
And we are here at Games XP for game 1 of 1 against Team Phoenix Rising versus Schism Esports. And we are here with the Games XP Championship pause, because if it's a best of 1, then it has to happen in this game. So there we are. And
I love the chat here. Apparently someone on Phoenix Rising had to pee, and now they're making jokes that it's Team PR. Like,
excellent.
That's a bad joke. That's a Nick joke, actually.
I feel it. At least, as long as nobody's stress peeing, then we should be fine.
Yeah.
Alright, I think we're getting back on.
Rather in the bathroom than in your chairs, so.
I want to see something. I got nothing to say. There's no action. The action of the spawn portal.
Well, let's think about what could happen here. I think that well, I'm pretty sure Schism has a better invade potential here, but I don't think that they're gonna really go for that. I think Schism's gonna go for a safe like 5 point, just to like, you know, be on the safe side. And I say that because they have you know, a couple new members that they're not 100% comfortable with.
True. Definitely don't want to screw up the synergy in the first minute. That would not bode well for anybody. Just trying to play it out, have a nice calm game. We see the caution pings going down before anybody's able to move. But we are back in game. Things are looking calm. We see the stack up from the side of Schism. We see the setup from the side of TPR. Everything's staying above the belt here. Maybe not. Oh no. Darkest is definitely going to catch them moving as a unit, and she is going to very casually flop away.
Just keep swimming. You don't want none of that.
Let it go.
No, it looks like everyone's just gonna go and do their thing.
No, wait a minute. Kazu's over there. I think he wants to mess with these guys a little bit. Maybe he has level 1 laser. Nope.
Boop him. Do it.
That is 10 gold into Steve Nader's pockets. And he's up a CS. Broken. Schism already needs nerfed. I want to see a little bit more from this lane. Ooh, I'm going to guess first blood. Where are we going to see first blood? Are we going to see it in the mid lane? Because I think we're going to see it in the mid lane.
I kind of think it's going to go top lane over to Alexander because Canadian champ went to go gank him.
Oh no, what's going on here? Nuching's going to get queued up. Well, Darkcast is going to get queued up, and Canadian champ's not going to land the bandage there, so a little back off there. A bit of free damage on Darkcast, who is Nami and is able to heal it off. Not too terribly worried about it. Darkcast trying to get right up in the face, get some harass down, dodging out the bomb Q. This is pretty standard Nami play. T's trying to put down the whoa. Canadian champ's got to watch out here. No excuses on top of him. He's got to flash over the dragon pit there. That's an early summoner spell out of him.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of early aggression.
That was a quick rotation down from Stevenator too.
Yeah.
Of course, the Kindred mark was down on the scuttle, I believe, so they were immediately gonna aim for that. Kaza gonna dodge out the stun on Steven here. Puts a lot of damage down on him in return. Definitely trying to bring the fight on Victor. Victor, very scrappy mage. Getting the shield and the move speed off of his Q and then getting that enhanced auto attack after the follow up really gives him the ability to make trades with these melee champions. Even Aurelia, who's kind of got that inherent stun off the burst. If you're able to maneuver around the stun, then you can really out trade her in a lot of damage. Just like that, Kaza's gonna dodge the stun out again and puts a little bit of QE damage back on Stevenator.
Yeah, personally, I don't know what Victor does. I know he has that annoying stun that kind of follows you around forever. But other than that, I know he does his little laser thing, and that does a whole bunch of damage. Caught myself there. I was about to curse.
He's definitely.
Are you proud of me, Nina?
So I would say Victor is not a champion we see very commonly, and I don't think that we've seen it. Oh, he's gonna dodge over the Q there, play a little bit of damage on the side of the Trinks, but we're seeing a small CS lead being built up on the side of Tej there, so definitely doing a nice job on this Varus of putting down the early pressure, getting the spells down to get some poke damage down. Steven here gonna take some more damage in this EQ. I don't know if he's gonna find the stun here. Finds the stun, goes in for the Q and auto attack, but Kaze's there. Kaze's trading it. That's gonna be the gravity storm. Alice again looking for no excuse here, but no excuse does a lot of damage going through with that pressing attack. He's getting knocked up into the wall, but there's Maverick. Alice Skinner's gotta watch out here. Did not have Canadian champ really as backup. We moved a little bit too low there. But this is what I like seeing. This is definitely the early moves being put on around the map. No excuse getting a little bit ahead of Canadian champ there in the jungle. Canadian champ goes pretty low, doing his own camps.
Yeah, we do see that Kindred's top side right now. But unfortunately Alexander back, so I don't think a gank's gonna happen there unless she tries to stay around, maybe get her her raptors and then go back. But honestly, I think that Kindred's best bet is to gank mid rather than top at this point, like just based off of where she's at right now.
Yeah, this definitely. I don't know if this is the position that they want to be in. There's definitely a lot of moves to be made from Canadian champ. He's really low on this move. He's gonna back now. He's gonna pick up some items. I believe he gets into a smite item here. There's the Kindred, of course, still just about as low. She's probably gonna do the last camp and head back. Maverick is still a little bit ahead of Alexander here in the top lane, building up a decent CS lead of about 10. So we're seeing sort of TPR falling back. Of course, Trinks is even up the CS lead on his side, and Kaze's still staying pretty decently ahead. Actually, he's got a pretty nice health advantage up on Stevenator. Alexander really getting worked here by this Scion pick on Maverick. Very low mana costs on the side of Scion, so he's really able to bring down the harass onto Ornn, and he's not able to tank all of that up.
Alexander tried to, step out of that Q, but didn't quite get it, so he took a little bit of extra damage, but
walls are unfortunate. Ooh, the bets are in, everybody. 75% of you voted for Team Phoenix Rising, and 25% of you in for Schism. So we see how the bets have gone, and it's looking interesting. If you're a TBR fan, you're definitely looking. And I mean, I talked about it. You see the lead, and of course, Kaze is building up a decent CS lead. Nutring's staying even on this Bear, so it's definitely trying to mitigate. Of course, Darkest doing a good job of mitigating the weakness of that Tristana early game. So it's really working out for them here, and we see the rotation coming around. They're actually going to snatch the Kindred mark off that Scuttle Crab on the side.
And nothing is really warded for Schism right now. So like I think double
Solid
bubble.
double.
I was gonna say I think the Canadian champ probably could have waited, but just didn't want to waste time.
Ooh, we see the Q coming down on Darkest. 3 autos, 4 autos, finally the stun, turns around the Ignite on top of the backpack as he gets the Tristani. The WQ comes through from Tijin, doesn't quite find it. Drink's walking up there. That's a lot of damage coming through. They really have to watch out here. Drink's not gonna go for the jump. He's gonna curb his aggression there. We see the Ornn ultimate come through. Oh no, Alistair, he's gonna turn around the knockup on a no, because he tries to find the kill. Ends up flashing away from Maverick. Maverick's got nowhere to go. He doesn't have the mana for ultimate. He's gonna die to a minion. First blow is gonna go to no excuse there. Unfortunate.
Yeah, no, that was a really good gank from Kindred. Alexander was pushed a little bit too far up, and Kindred was able to come in through the side. And he actually,
Ooh, the heal coming in. Steven is gonna find the stun. Kaze goes for the ultimate. Steven is looking for his skills, doesn't have the mana, turns it around the gravity storm, and gets the heal off the Triumph. Is it enough? He survives. Oh my lord. The Triumph mages. Wow.
And then I also believe he leveled up as well to help him out there.
Yeah, he did. You know what? It was probably a level up, not the Triumph at all. I'm big dumb.
We'll just say it's both.
Yeah, I'm at it. There was the Triumph that he may or may not have had, and the level up that he did have. Works for me. But looking forward, we do see the aggression getting stymied away as the Darkest did find the bubble onto Tijin bot lane and immediately backpack responding with the unstoppable to stop Nutrinks from blowing him up there.
Yeah, and we see Canadian champ kind of heading towards the mid lane there. I think he's gonna go for blue buff and then maybe try to help out top. Honestly.
Yeah, I was gonna say you saw it after the assist, even the Maverick picked up over the top of Alscanner. Alscanner is brought back the CS to put it back in his favor, so he's not falling too far behind in this lane. So it's really working out for him to just the back of this tanky pick. He's just gonna eventually bulk himself up and get to the point where he's not too worried about Scion. Backpack's gonna find the ultimate on Darkest, finds the knockup on the back end there. Cheetah's gonna be around, but I don't think they're gonna make anything out of it.
Yeah, Schism actually has 4 people kind of like over towards the bot side, but Steven is gonna go back mid, and it looks like Kindred's actually backing. So they did get the flash from Darkwaste, but she was able to get out just fine.
Alscanner and Maverick still kind of fighting out in this top lane, and I really think it's going in Maverick's favor. He has the ultimate available. I think Alscanner needs to watch out. Actually, no. I don't know. Every time I see Ornn hit a button and somebody just all of a sudden loses a chunk of HP, I don't really know what happens. Much like you and Victor, I do not know a lot about the numbers in Ornn's kit. I know the stuff he does, but I don't know what's hurting you, what's doing the big killing.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to side with you on that. I have no idea. I actually know what Ornn does opposed to Victor, but I don't know how much he does.
Right. I just know that I watch people fight Ornn, and sometimes it goes down slowly, sometimes they lose a giant chunk of health. I'm like, well, there goes a chunk of health. I think it's the fire. I want to say that it's the fire.
Yeah, I think it's that as well.
I promise I'm a professional caster. Anyway, we keep going here. And the CS lead is getting built up actually pretty nicely in Nutrinks' favor. He's definitely coming off of that deficit that he was in. He has 15, 16 up on this lane over Tej now. Kaze up a kill and about 8 CS now. And Alscanner slowly growing his lead up from about 9 to 10. Really getting to a good spot here. And it's going to work out for him.
And it looks like
the jump in is going to come in from Nutrinks onto Tej. Backpack gets there, but it might not be in time. The Nami ultimate comes through. Might look for another flashes. Finds the jump in the auto attack and gets the kill. Looking for Backpack now. Has a stun from the Nami ultimate. Goes for the jump on top of Backpack. I don't think Backpack's going to make it out. It sets the ward and manages it out.
Almost a double kill for Neutronix. Oh, like, let's see. Neutronix lost the flash. Teach unfortunately didn't have heal up. Had to flash out. Braum had to flash out. No ignite burn from Braum and no exhaust burn from Nami. So a lot of trades. But Neutronix did come out on top, just because he was able to pick up a kill onto Vara's bot lane.
They're really looking for, and of course, there's the power of the stealth thief support and the Neutronix on the Tristana, just the tower pushing power of the Tristana. You get so much out of this Tristana pick if you survive this early game and you have that Nami to help you get through the early laning phase. It really Tristana just offers so much to a team. Like, oh no, Neutronix gonna jump back in on Tej, finds an Nami W, finds another auto, the heal coming through on Tej, and another auto attack's gonna take it. Neutronix finds another kill on the Tej.
Such a good support, tanking tower shots for their AD carry.
That was the Darkest way. I like it.
Yeah, Darkest took like 3 tower shots.
So, Neutronix is going to walk out of there. 2 kills. I believe he's going to have the money for Stormraze. Oh yeah, he has 2,000 gold in his pocket. He absolutely has the money for Stormraze now. And he's going to finish his tier 2 boots. This is going to be a pretty scary Neutronix for the side of SKZ to be looking for here. Stevenair looks to the flash, doesn't find the stun. No excuse there anyway, finds the Irelia ultimate anyway. Kaze is probably going to go down anyway. Doesn't even burn his flash. Anytime's got to watch out. Her finds the Mumu ultimate, not quite under tower.
Looks like Scion's actually trying to come mid as well, or is like at least thinking about it, but I think he decides just to ward it back up. But I would like to point out in the bot lane, so Neutronix had to, farm up because he's playing a late game champion, and I feel like the Nami to help with the lane sustain definitely was able to keep him in lane long enough to get ahead in CS and to finally, ooh. Kindred just took Dragon. That's going to be an Ocean Schism.
Pick up that Dragon. Ocean Dragon is definitely going to be a nice thing for them to have here.
Oh yeah, definitely. But I do think that the lane sustain coming from the Nami is definitely helping Tristana get ahead and get the edge that she needs to carry into this mid game.
Oh, the Braum ultimate. Oh, he buffers the rocket jump to escape the Braum knockup. Darkest though, he's gonna get queued up. No excuse in a flash, and I think that's the end of Darkest. Off the flash with no excuse in the backpack queue. Beautiful rocket jump buffer by Neutronix to escape that with the rocket jump through the knockup. Still going to work out in the favor of SC. They're going to find a kill there. First tower still on the board as you see Canadian champs around here.
Yeah, and Victor actually was thinking about roaming down and I guess decided not to.
Stevenair still lurking around. I don't know if he's going to look to make a play here in this one. They really just kind of clear out waves here. Not looking to make an early fight on this Kaze. Now he has a Sheen in into the first upgrade of the Hex Core. Has the ability, make those short trades with the, Q Sheen proc. And I get to watch more of this top lane fight, which, is always lovely. I love watching a good tank noodle fight.
Ooh. Getting booped again. Back to the top lane.
Every time. What would a directed camera be if not for a top lane fight? But Alexander putting a good amount of damage back on Maverick, and Maverick's out of mana here. Ooh, Kaze and Stevenair getting a little bit of a fight. The Gravity Storm's gonna eat up Stevenair. The ultimate comes out of Irelia. Kaze's in the center of it, tries to flash out of there, gets the shield from his Q and survives the Irelia stun. And the Chaos Storm's chasing her down, and that's a lot of damage being turned around. Kaze doing a nice job after that flash to survive. Here comes the Scion ultimate onto Alexander. No use on the back. Alexander's gonna flash it out. And I think he's gonna walk it out too. No, he's gonna turn around with a Bella's Breath. Here comes the Ornn ultimate. I don't know what he's looking for here. He finds the knockup on a no excuse, but Alexander, he's gonna go down here.
Oh, geez.
I think Canadian Champ was a bit late on the turn up there. As he goes and he finds the ultimate on a Maverick, but I think they might kill him next. The knockup's gonna come in from Maverick, and no excuse is gonna find the kill on him too. Darkest is there on Nami, and Maverick's gonna flash out. Doesn't find the bubble. And that's going to be 2 kills picked up for Schism.
Yeah, that one was a bit of a mess. Unfortunately, Canadian Champ got there a little bit too late, and Kindred is just at a point where I think she's starting to like really melt down. You know, pretty much anyone with that attack speed and damage that she's building up. So I think that Kindred being there and helping out that Scion, like with the combined damage from the Kindred and the CC from the Scion, it was just enough to melt both of them as they're like trickling in on that fight. So if they were there at the same time, they probably could have focused the Kindred and taken her out, and then went and maybe got Scion down to about half. But I think ultimately, well, actually, yeah, I think they probably would have killed Scion too. Didn't have flash, so.
Yeah, definitely the fight they're looking for, and we're really building up to a point now. And both of those kills going over to the side of No Excuse on this Kindred. And I mean, we talked about it, looking at, you know, having those dual threats instead of, you know, having him over having the Kindred jungle over a tank, and putting those kills on the Kindred now really gives No Excuse the opportunity to, you know, be the alternate carry as he finds the. Actually, Canadian Champ's going to steal out that. We're going to see a fight here break out. We're going to see Steven Ayer get bubbled up, but the Aurelia ultimate comes through on 3. Going to get the disarm down. Nutrink's on the outside of the Aurelia ultimate, though. Steven Ayer is going to go down. And we see Alice Kenner up here in the top lane. Backpack and Teedra on top of him. Alice Kenner trying to just walk it out.
Yeah, one thing with the Kindred pick that I would like to point out is that if your AD carry happens to get behind in lane and your Kindred gets ahead, then it's like laning phase didn't matter. You still have an AD carry that's melting through your team.
True. You see they try to put a little aggression on the side. Maverick has the ultimate. Nutrink's going to jump out of there prematurely. He's setting a little bit of action. Of course, the gold's sitting at about even now off the back of that kill, and a lot of it is sitting in the back of No Excuse here. And it'll be interesting to see if, you know, Steven Ayer are now on the Trinity Force on the Aurelia with the back of Maverick, who is pretty well farmed up, having the, you know, Merc Treads, the Abyssal, not Abyssal, the Adaptive Helm, and Glacial Shot. He's very beefy in these fights. This will be an interesting thing to see if the side of TPR is able to, you know, outdo these walls, because you do have a lot of damage on Kaze on this Victor. You know, move around that Chaos Storm, has the ability to set up pretty decent fights on their end. And then again, we're gonna see now Nutrink's survived lane. He more than survived lane. He came ahead in lane. Has, you know, hitting these Tristana power spikes, working into the Rapid Fire Cannon next. It'll be really important to see if Schism is able to make the picks here onto Tristana.
Oh, sorry, I was yawning. But yeah, I would have to say that, like, as we're getting into this mid game, that, you know, with Tristana finally getting the,
Darkcast's gonna flash there after the backpack finding the Q, and Darkcast not wanting any of that. She's gonna get right out of there.
Nope. It's a whole lot of nope. I would have done the same thing.
I actually agree. I see a Braum moving towards me as a Nami. I need to leave. Darkcast hanging around there. There's no vision on the side of CPR as they're looking here. Darkcast might look for an ultimate, but that's the CPR, the Schism crew. And I think they're going to take this one pretty cleanly. They've got 2 dragons in their stead right now. Oh, the ultimate from Tej on Nutrink's off the Braum ultimate. Nutrink's going to get caught on the side.
Oh no.
And Backpack's going to find the shutdown there. That is not what the CPR crew wants here.
Yeah, unfortunately, that was a little bit poor choice in pathing. Good ulti from Varus. They're able to lock down the Tristana, and then we also had the Braum ult to chain that. But I think without the Braum ult, Nutrix would have fallen anyway.
Yeah, I think that would have been off just the Braum.
Better safe than sorry, especially when you're getting some shutdown go.
If it's in the name of killing Nutrix, they're going to spend as much as they can, really, I think.
Yeah, fair enough.
And, the lead mounting a little bit here. We see the tower being evened up on the side of TPR off the back of that, extending to about a 1.4 lead. They have 3 on top of Steven here. He turns around for the ultimate. Kaze's there, though. Oh, the Amumu ultimate, the gravity field. There is no way he's able to get out of there. Alice Scanner, in the meantime, is also getting 1v3. Gets knocked up before he can answer his call of Forge God. Tries to turn around to Tej, but it's not enough. Tej's going to find the kill onto Alice Scanner in the top lane. So
yeah, we're seeing like really good rotation from Schism. They were able to pick up the tower mid lane, and now they've rotated top lane to get this, but we're going to see some sort of reaction coming from Phoenix Rising here, and they were able to pick up the mid tier 1 as well.
Yeah, they're gonna look towards the tier 2 because I mean, other than seeing the recalls come out for Schism, there are 3, including a Tristana here in the line. No Excuse gonna try to do what he can to stop this out, but just the power of that Tristana push is so major, and they get the tower. And just like that, in response to the top tower, they're gonna take the 2 mid. So TPR definitely pulling ahead, using the power of that Tristana and that tower pushing ability of the rapid fire cannon, doing a little bit of extra damage to the towers as well. This is definitely TPR is making sure that they do what they can to pull back and make sure that they're not Schism is capitalizing off of the plays that they make, and No Excuse is huge on this game. He's at he has a Storm Razor, he has the finished jungle item, he's working into I believe the Phantom Dancer. He is sitting at 5 stacks still, and it's definitely ramping up in his favor. I believe he's the highest level in this game actually. So we're really looking to see, this is really turning into No Excuse versus Nutrings.
Yeah, I would agree. Like, No Excuse and Nutrinix are both doing a lot for both their teams. We do see, Victor as well having the same KDA as Nutrinix, just a little bit behind in CS. But overall, I feel like he's doing a little bit of work too. It's just with the amount of damage coming from the Tristana right now, it seems like Nutrinix is doing a lot more than Kaze is in the mid lane.
Steven here, No Excuse fighting Canadian Champ off the side, looking for a ward. The ultimate comes out from Tej, and Canadian Champ's gonna get popped there. That is not the pick they want, because now they're looking towards the Baron here. Not having Canadian Champ's gonna be huge for this. This is gonna be rough. They have the Braum ultimate to stop both the Ornn and the Nami ultimates from incoming and stopping this. Here comes the Braum. There's the Nami ultimate coming through. The bubble comes in. Braum's not going to be able to get to his ultimate. This is going to be bad. No Excuse. Nobody's able to get to this Kindred. And they're going to get the lockup down. Nutrix on the back end trying to deal with Stevenator on this Aurelia. Nutrix going to get pushed out of the fight, but he's going to find the kill. He's going to flash afterwards. Jumps over to try to find Mav next. Finds the kill on the Mav. Needs one more attack. Gets the heal from Tej, and it's not enough. But Kaz is going to find the kill onto No Excuse. And Kindred is dead now. They have to watch out. They have to be careful here. Jarkess is looking for a little bit more. Nutrix trying to do what he can. Looking for the rocket jump cooldown to get in there. And I think we're going to see Nutrix jump in here very soon. Alice Skinner going to get the speed up off the Nami W. Looking for it. Nutrix going to find the kill. How's the rocket jump? Not going to go anywhere. Yeah. Tej in the meantime is going to turn around and grab the red buff. But that is going to be a 3 for none going into the hands of TPR off the back of the Baron. And then now we're going to see TPR look to the Baron now. Now with No Excuse down, that is a lot of power out of the side of Schism. So this is going to be really rough for Schism to try to steal. I don't know if they're really able to make it happen. Tej, it's really on him to try to, shoot the glory.
Oh my god.
Okay. Okay. So, all right. I wanted to scream, but I just talked about it, and I was like, this is basically the only way this is going to happen. It immediately proceeded to happen. I am the prophet. Schism absolutely, Tej saying, No Excuse, I see that you're doing a really great job, and you're really getting ahead in this, but I'm going to make my power play this game. And there it is. We shoot the W-empowered Q, which of course you note the blighted quiver they added to his W adds a percentage of missing health damage to whatever target you hit. I mean, there's a cap, of course, against monsters, but that Baron was at like 300 some health, so the Q just split through and he stole it. And the Baron, of course, did, I believe, go to all 5 members of Schism. I don't think anybody was still respawning when he landed it, but that is gonna go over to Schism there. Re-evens the gold lead into their favor, and it's still a whole new game.
Whew. Yeah, I actually didn't think he was gonna grab that.
I watched it and I was like, I'm watching this Baron Glow and I'm like, this could absolutely happen. This arrow could definitely just clean through that Baron. I heard the W empower and I'm like, oh, this is probably gonna be like a 500, 600 damage Q, and there it was. So gonna be interesting to see how this rolls out now, because we do see that was going to be a huge spike for TPR to have, the Tristana with the Baron buff, just the ability to siege down towers, monstrously. But now that it's in the hands of Schism, it's really going to work out for them, because they're going to look to, even if the towers are in the bot lane, I really think it's going to be hard for TPR to make an answer. Alex Skinner's going to Righteous Glory in, trying to get some new strings. Canadian Champs looks for the Q, finds it on top of the, goes for the ultimate. I don't think Noah sees that. Oh, Nutrix jumps over the side. Stevenator has nowhere to go. Gonna get knocked up, and that's even another kill off the back of the redemption. And TPR is gonna burn to it, but we do see Schism immediately responding on both of the other lanes. Alligator trying to go to the top lane, spot Maverick there with his Baron Maidens. I don't know if he's gonna be able to do it as they rotate to the mid lane. And Maverick is going to keep plowing down on this tower. I don't know how worried about it is. Alligator's going to get the knockup. Yes, I don't think Alligator can stop it. No, this tower's love me some Scion. But we do see how it is, and Maverick's going to walk away there. Takes his tower. In response, though, we are going to see New Strings with Tristana in the bot lane take that second tier tower. So they do keep the towers even. Gold is still dead even at this point. The Dragon, this time Mountain Drake, is going to go over to the side of TPR. Very important run to pick up off the back of the Siege game.
Yeah, like Tristana has like really good Siege potential, and whenever Schism starts to split push, whether it be like sending 2 or 3 people in one lane or by using the Baron buff, we always see Nutrinix respond by going and getting a tower of his own.
Ooh, Maverick hovering around on that Righteous Glory Scion. Scary looking thing.
So yeah, Schism and TPR are actually even in towers despite Schism getting that Baron buff and pushing 2 lanes. So just want to point that out real speedy like.
So we do have Tej still sitting on the Baron buff for a little bit longer, probably about 20-25 seconds. But they are going to use that to try to get down the secondary tower, and if everybody's coming, I think Tej is going to have to watch out here. Tej is moving. Alligator's got the Righteous Glory, but no excuses there. Alligator might be in a bad spot. He dies. He disappears. The back of that AP Varus doing so much damage on that Blight. And Maverick's going to find the ultimate on Kaze, but I don't think it's going to get much done. Nami ultimate going to come through. Finds the knock-up on a Maverick. Kaze, Nutrix in the front there trying to find the damage. Canadian Champ goes in on Tej, trying to get the damage out. Oh, Nutrix jumps in. What is he doing? He's going to get knocked up there. Oh, he's going to get the heal off the redemption. He's dead.
Yeah, not really too sure about that one for Nutrinix. I think it would have been smarter to go for, the Aurelia and the Kindred over to the right rather than pushing up that far and trying to get 3 people by yourself.
Wow. So we do see Schism. They're going to take that second tier bot lane tower. They're going to look for some third here. Not having Nutrinix is really gonna hurt them here. Kazu's looking forward. Canadian Champ finds a beautiful Amumu ultimate. Actually gets the coming back. There's an Ornn ultimate ripping through 3. The Kindred ultimate is down, but Alligator's in there with the Bella's Breath. I don't think, oh my lord, no, he's gonna, that's a triple kill for Canadian Champ. Kazu is gonna find the kill on the back of Stevenator, and it's really just Maverick now, and I think he's gonna get himself out of there, but oh my lord.
Yeah, beautiful cleanup, beautiful ult from Canadian Champ.
Is absolutely crucial. And then cleaning up the move forward from Alligator into the Kindred ultimate, spray the Bella's Breath on them so they weren't really able to, saying as soon as his ultimate ends, I'm just going to keep walking over you, and there's really nothing you can do about it. So this is really working out in their favor, and I think that they're going to look towards maybe taking this inhibitor now. We do see the Maverick go for the Sign ultimate here. Has Kaze, he's going to get sucked into the gravity field. I don't know if there's much more he can do after this. The Nami ultimate is going to come through on top of Maverick. Maverick's going to get beat up here, and they're going to take the tower, looking for the inhib now. Nutrix isn't even in this fight, by the way. Nutrix is just now arriving. So he's going to be on top of Backpack. Look at that damage coming through on this Tristana. Tej is going to turn around. That's an AP Varus. You have to watch out for his skills when he pops them. Oh, he's going to flash for the arrow and finds the kill on the Kaze. No excuse. Killing out Skander.
Yeah, they actually were able to get that middle inhib, but it looks like Schism is just going to shove this and maybe do the exact same thing. And we're looking at a 33-second death timer for Alexander, who has the longest death timer right now.
Yeah, this could be rough. It's really Nutrix and Darkcast making a last stand here. And they're gonna look here for this tower. We got a 6-second, 5-second coming up on Canadian Champ. Kazu's coming up, and they're gonna take the inhibitor and leave.
Yeah, everything is such an even trade in this game.
Yeah, these team fights are so volatile, and I mean, it's really coming down to who, the first person to, die here. I mean, it's the first carry to die here. At this point, it really, Oh, the Nutrinks will do it. Looking for Teach here. Not going to quite find him. He's a little bit... Oh, Darkest tries to flash over for the bubble, but the Varus ultimate's going to come out and hit Nutrinks there. Unfortunate series of events there.
Yeah, no, the next dragon is up in a minute and 30, and the next Baron is up in about 35 seconds. So I'm kind of like waiting to see like where TPR is going to ward opposed to where Schism is going to ward. And it looks like TPR is trying to like maybe go for this Baron, or at least set up to go for this Baron when it comes up. And it is the objective that's coming up sooner, so.
It'll be interesting to see if they go for it. Again, going for that Baron when they have the power of the Sion ultimate and, you know, the Varus and Aurelia ultimates, you know, coming forward. It's going to be rough for them. Canadian champ looking for advantage there, not quite finding it. Baron is up now. This will be interesting. They're going to use the Blast Blade to get over there. Whew, this is a knife edge. I don't want to watch a Baron be the decider of this game, but it looks like it's going to happen.
Yeah, I think
slowly back away.
Oh, it looks like Victor's actually trying to push that tower, so Schism knows that Phoenix Rising is missing a player here, and they kind of want to either bait a fight or go ahead and
Canadian champ's gonna go over the cone. Nutrinks in the back end trying to find some damage on a Mav. Mav is gonna find the ultimate on a Darkest. Tries to get out of there, trying to find some more to happen, but they're going in the side here. Alice Gander looking for the damage to get down, but Steven here is going to kill Kaze. Alice Gander finds the knock on 4 Darkest, and Nutrinks on the outside here. Darkest finds a 3-man bubble. I don't... Steven's going to go for the Baron here.
Yeah, I don't think Nutrinix is in a position to really fight that, and it looked like Schism kind of took advantage of that.
Yeah, he kind of jumped over to a point where it was really only Maverick that he was able to hit there.
Yeah. Ideally, you wanted to have him about where Canadian champ was, probably a little bit behind. But he was like a little bit too far over to the right towards mid lane to really hit anyone but Maverick. Like he was out of range for that. And unfortunately, Tristana does have kind of a short auto attack range. And like even with that rapid fire cannon that she has built.
Yeah, so Tristana definitely ramping her attack range up over the course of a fight, but I mean, she was so far back into that fight. I mean, she couldn't get to the point where she could, I mean, the point where they started that fight had Maverick so far in the front that it wasn't really feasible for him to, you know, be in that fight, but Schism is really going to capitalize off much more than getting the Baron, but they are going to turn that into taking the next dragon here. They do have the double cloud. This is a very volatile game for Schism. They pulled ahead now to about a 5.5k gold lead, and TPR's really got to, you know, TPR's really got to play on their feet if they're looking to win a team fight here. Nutrinks cannot afford to get picked off here, and he can't afford to, you know, do these risky things that send him to the place where it's going to be, you know, bad for him. And we are going to see Schism push down this tower now, going to extend the turret lead 7-6. It's rough because there isn't really much aside from a Stray or an ult or an Amumu ultimate, you know, making a pick here that's going to give TPR the ability to fight. They're really just on the back end, and they're, you know, staring down the Sion ultimate, the Varus ultimate, the Braum ultimate. It's so much harder for them to answer that they really are just, you know, forced to play defensive here.
Yeah, and we finally do see that Phoenix Rising has fallen behind in that gold.
Here's the Ornn ultimate. They find it on the Tej, and in the backline, Tej is going to flash away. They're looking for Steven there to throws the ultimate. Alice Scanner's still there, trying to get on top of Tej. Doing what he can to try to get to this Varus, knocks him up with the Darkest going for it. He goes for the, here comes Darkest in the bubble. Finds Tej in the background. Their shutdown's coming in on Tej. But we see Maverick in the mid lane trying to push it down. The rest of the members of SKZ trying to escape. They don't have any more engage on this. Alice Scanner, they're going to find the back of the Aurelia stun. Alice Scanner's still there on top of Backpack. Maverick is just pushing down in this mid lane. I don't know what they're trying to get here. TPR really is trying to chase down Skiz, but they don't really have anywhere to go. Maverick might even...
Meanwhile, Sion is in their base.
Yeah, they've kind of... Oh, no, Nutrinks. Gonna get turned around on. No excuses, just gonna burn down Canadian champ here. And I... This is around. He's gonna recall here. And he might find the back end of Stevenator. Oh, no. Does not make the rocket jump, does not go over the wall, and this is going to be rough here. Without Canadian Champ, without Nutrinks to stymie this, without the Ornn ultimate, Nami ultimate just not coming back up. This is going to be rough here. And we see the Sion ultimate's going to miss here. The stun's going to go down on Darkess. Nami ultimate's going to come through and get blocked up by the Braum shield. And we're going to see a little bit more come through. Aliskin is going to get backed up. We're going to see Schism take out that second inhibitor, and they're going to walk out here. Ooh, the stun comes back in on Kaze from No Excuse, trying to find the damage. Flashes in, the exhaust comes out, it's not enough. Darkest trying to find it, they can't find the Ornn knockup on a No Excuse. No Excuse absolutely running away with this. Finds kill after kill. Alice going to go in next, and I think SKZ is looking to take the game here. It is just Canadian Champ and Nutrinks. I don't know what their answer is for this. Steven Ayer tries to throw an ultimate, doesn't land the stun on, but I don't think it's enough. Teej is going to find the Canadian Champ. Nutrinks going to get knocked up here, and he's going to get picked off. And Schism is going to take this game.
That was a lot of damage that came out from that Varus last minute there. Oh my god.
So, what do I think about this one? Well, most notably, we had Maverick go 0-0 and 12 on that Sion, and absolutely, so many of those fights you saw off the back of his ultimate, just absolutely making it so hard for TPR to find engages because they just, have the wall of Sion to get through, and it wouldn't work out for them. But looking through maybe the shaky laning phase that Tej came in with, he ended up doing not too poorly. Ended up coming out about 23,000 damage to champions to Nutrinks' 20,000, and the absolutely crazy Baron steal from Tej, absolutely, I want to say that definitely swung the game back in the favor of Schism, but I don't know. I'm looking at it and I think No Excuse really absolutely shouldered this game. I mean, really, if you look at it, both new players coming in, putting in an incredible showing on the back of the new Schism roster. Tej definitely showing that he has the ability to, stay cool. Maybe laning didn't go the way he wanted. Still ended up 7-4 and 6. Really did a lot of good work here. And No Excuse absolutely showing that he can take this dominant Kindred pick and really give it to the other team. So calling the MVP here is going to be not easy for me. So give me your thoughts, Quasars.
Even though, like you said, even though Nutrinks kind of got really far ahead in the laning phase and going into that mid game, Tej seemed to keep it cool and, do his own thing. Ended the game with a better KDA actually than Nutrinks. Not too far behind in CS either, so he's really able to catch up. And then some really good bubbles I noticed from Darkest. He was getting bubbles on 2 or 3 people at a time, and really clutch ones as well to save Nutrinks, and even K's a few times. Alexander, even though he won, I wouldn't say won laning phase, but even though he ended the game with more kills than Maverick by 1, he wasn't able to. I don't think he was able to do as much as Sion was. I do think that Sion was the better pick as far as top lane goes in this game. So kudos for Maverick for that Sion pick. I honestly was expecting Ornn to do a lot better in lane, but I think No Excuse really pulled through to help Maverick out in the top lane.
I believe I'm going to give it to No Excuse.
Okay.
Hello.
And I do believe that we are joined by Backpack from Schism. As
Hey,
everyone else in.
Yeah,
everyone
everybody
else is
else
muted,
is.
so that's fine.
Yeah, we have a scrim in an hour, so they went go eat or whatever. So
Gotcha.
Yeah, hey.
So that
What's
was quite a set. Or, I mean, not
Yeah.
really. It was quite a game, I
It
guess.
that game
set.
was actually even until 29 minutes, dead even.
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, it literally was. I mean, I was watching
It
the
literally
tournament before going
was.
through.
Yeah.
It was pretty wild. But I don't know. It's exciting to see Schism coming back now. To see that you've pulled ahead with these two new players, and I mean both of them had extremely strong showings here. So are you happy now? Looking at
Yes,
the Schism roster?
I'm very happy, man. I mean, like the two guys that I got, I played with one of them last season and the other one the other season. So like in another league. So like we already have pre-existing synergy, and a lot of what made us lose during that 3-game skid was we just didn't have definitive shot calling, and No Excuse and Tej brings that presence along with myself. So it just I'm really happy and satisfied with how we all came out on all cylinders. I mean, it was a 36-minute game. It was a very good game, but I mean, No Excuse was what 10-3. Tej stole that Baron. That was hype. So yeah, both players are really, really good, and I'm glad they're on our roster.
Good stuff. So going forward, we do have we are going to see you're going to clinch that third spot. So we are going to have the rematch against Reign of Kings as your playoff match, and now looking forward and now having No Excuse and Tej bolstered by the confidence put in from this game. How much are you looking forward to that rematch with Reign of Kings?
Well, they beat us last time, so I think we're all like really okay. We really need to beat these guys, obviously because it's the playoffs. But now it's a revenge game. It's kind of a personal thing, I guess, in quotes. Like just you beat us earlier in the season, and now we're here. We're gonna beat you to show that we're better than you. So we're hoping to get that result.
Gotcha. I think that's all I had. It was a quick set. It definitely had its shining moments. You had an absolutely great performance on Braum. There's so many of the early game kills you prevented by finding that Braum shield in the clutch moments. Really stemming a lot of that.
Sorry I keep interrupting you.
You're good.
Like they first picked the Ornn, so we were like, okay, like we could just play Braum, and then they picked Nami, so we were like, okay, like Braum literally counters both of these champions in team fights, which is what we wanted to do anyway.
Yeah.
So it was a feels good, man. Honestly.
I feel it. I believe it's all I had. Quizos, you got anything?
Yeah, actually, I was just I was wondering, we saw Neutronix kind of do very well in the laning phase against you guys in the bot lane. Like going into the mid game, were you like at all like a little bit salty about it, or were you like pretty level headed?
No, we were pretty level headed. I mean, we knew that Nami counters Braum early on, so like if we didn't do that good in lane, we were like, okay, like we can just
Fix it. I guess Backpack doesn't have any shout outs to give, so I'll give some shout outs. Thanks to you guys for watching this set game. That is going to be Schism taking the tiebreaker over Team Phoenix Rising. They're going to secure the 3rd seed in playoffs. They're going to play against Reign of Kings in the playoffs. We're going to see Team Phoenix Rising take on No F's Given in the playoffs. And, of course, that's going to be all for us for the games. Do stay tuned at 8 o'clock tonight. We are going to have something special for you guys. We are going to have the very first debut of the Games XP podcast featuring myself, Evolve, and Hickory. and it should be interesting for you guys. Stick around for that. As far as right now, thanks for joining us, guys. I'm Skyson.
And I'm Quasars. Hi, how's it going?
It's going good. Have a good one. We'll see you back here at 8.